Good evening, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, and well, we have ice and snow, freezing rain here in southern New Jersey. We started out with a little bit of virga here in northwestern New Jersey, and some of the reports are now beginning to come in. If we take this off now and see if we can go back here. This is what the Doppler radar looks like out of Mount Holly, Fort Dix, Philadelphia here. You see on the northern side here, north of 78 and central Jersey here, north of Trenton, the precipitation has been very light and it's been spotty, either drizzle, freezing drizzle. All the air temperatures are very cold. We'll get into that in just a moment. Let's see if we can go back here and go back here one more time. So we go back here. Yeah, I think we can do this. And we'll hone in on this area here, localized sectors. So we'll get into Fort Dix here. And this is what the radar looks like right now. Precipitation heading in from the southwest to the northeast over ice and tropic lift, cold air damming in place. So, you know, the winter storm watches and warnings and everything are still in effect, and they've been expanded now through all of northern New Jersey until tomorrow morning. And we can see this on Doppler radar as well. There's ice storm warnings down here through the Washington, D.C. area, parts of Salisbury and Maryland. Here, this is where an ice storm is ongoing. Let's see if we can pull up some of the data here. Well, first of all, the decoded obs from the National Weather Service office here in Brookhaven, not Brookhaven, Philly. Light freezing rain here in Atlantic City, light freezing rain in Newark right now, light freezing rain in Millville and Navy Lakehurst, and also Teterboro, light freezing rain in McVeigh, and also Wrightstown, and light rain now in Wildwood. Now, look. The temperatures over the last couple of hours have been struggling, especially in the dew points here, to get above, you know, where the air is going to wet bulb and saturate. And that saturation or wet bulbing actually cools with evaporative cooling, and that cools the atmosphere down. So in northern New Jersey, for example, in Sussex County, it's 22 and the dew point's 6. So you know, there's nothing going on just yet. Now, Atlantic City has already wet bulbed, and they're at 31, and there's late freezing rain. Same thing here in Newark, where the winds are out of the north at about 11 knots, and they're virtually out of the northeast or north component here, mostly northeast. And there's some light freezing rain here. Now, you're wondering, okay, like, say for Newark, for example, well, that makes sense, light freezing rain. The dew point is 11, but it's saturating, but still it's not wet bulbed yet. So it's just very light freezing rain. And all of this is light because the dew points are still very dry. And the reason for that is this cold air damming situation here over the northern mid-Atlantic, all the way down from the Hudson River Valley area, Connecticut, all the way down through New Jersey. We see that on the isobars all the way down here. And if we turn on the radar along with this, you see this, and the surface observations, they definitely show this. So there's low pressure here along that Arctic front wave, and high pressure over the top here, so that the cold air signature is definitely winning out this afternoon and evening. Be careful out there. At about 3,000 feet now in the atmosphere, you should see the cold air damming situation that's happening here with -2, -3, -6 as you further go to the north and west here. This is at the 925 millibar level, 3,000 feet. Let's go upstairs to about 5,000 feet, and you see the warm air advection that's already occurring across southeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, driving the frontogenetic forcing northward over a cold air situation here at 5,000 feet. This is what it looks like, 850 millibars here. In the blues, below freezing, and you see the warm air advection already working in at 5,000 feet. went up to 700 millibars. Well, here's a jet couplet. Here's another jet couplet. And it's plenty moist here. And again, if we overlaid this with the surface observations, you see where the cold air is located to the north and west of the I-95 corridor here. And if we went into deep moisture convergence, well, that's basically offshore, but we have surface frontogenesis, and hopefully this is going to show up, but that's offshore too at the surface. But in the mid and upper levels, let's show the 3,000 feet temperature advections. As you see, the air is beginning to warm up here in the lower levels here in the pinks here, in the dash pinks here, at 3,000 feet approximately. And then at 850 millibar temperature advection, well, that is a combo of this, and this looks good. So we know that warm air advection is occurring. Now, if we took a look at the 925 millibar frontogenetic forcing at 3,000 feet, it's basically offshore. But if we took a look at the 850 millibar frontogenetic forcing, well, that's back here out over the ocean just a little bit. That looks okay. And 700 millibar frontogenetic forcing, again, offshore. So it's not a lot of lift here in this flow pattern that we're in, but it's enough to produce the ice and far less the snow. Let's take a look at some of the snow totals right now. Cold air is definitely winning out this evening, especially now we're seeing some freezing rain reports coming in at 5:45 out of Milton in Sussex County, Delaware, about 0.05 of an inch of freezing rain. And that's why the advisories are in effect at 6 o'clock this evening. Again, in Kent County, same kind of thing. Let's see if we can go back here. 5:33. Again, all of these are in Kent County, 0.13 of an inch, and that's where, you know, all of the measurable freezing rain is occurring right now. National Weather Service office in Mount Holly and their forecasters here. Let's see who's doing the near term. I don't know if it shows which forecaster is doing that. The near term, Haynes and Deal. So it's good. You got good guys working for us here at the National Weather Service office in Mount Holly. Single-digit dew points remain entrenched over the area across southeastern Pennsylvania this afternoon. High pressure extends down from Hudson's Bay all the way down through Georgia, which we just showed you. And that cold air damming situation to take hold. Easterly flow noted all the way down towards eastern Alabama. And that flow of low-level dry air appears likely in the near term thanks to the persistence of surface ridging. And the high-resolution model guidance continues to struggle with this as dew points across the I-95 corridor and northwest of there are about 5 to 15 degrees too high in the guidance compared to the observed values, and we just showed you that. So even over the southern zones of Delaware, dew points are running around 5 degrees too high on most of the high-resolution guidance. This means that there has been a slight delay onset of the precipitation across the region because you need to get wet bulbed in order for that to occur. So the precipitation shield currently across Delaware and southern New Jersey is mostly in the form of freezing rain or ice pellets. That's sleet, thanks to the mid-level front surging northeast and continued influx of cold, dry surface air. And this, along with the 900 and 700 millibar warm air advection surge, is in response to the amplifying wave over the central United States. So the hand analysis here shows this, and the GFS, NAM, and European model guidance have been consistent to weak with this low. And the stronger low would indicate the potential for a slightly more amplified system across central United States, and therefore slightly stronger warm air advection over Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, and that slightly stronger lift and slightly more QPF. And the deep warm layer would also favor more freezing rain as the precipitation type compared to snow. So they've increased the planar ice accumulation totals to near 1/4 of an inch, which is bordering on an ice storm warning condition. and they've opted not to issue the ice storm warning, mainly due to the impacts we're not seeing earlier, combined with the look at the road and subsurface temperatures. Our road temperatures are nearly 32, while the subsurface temperatures were on the order of 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So while there may be some ice accumulating on trees and power lines, they're not thinking that this is going to accumulate on untreated road surfaces. So this evening, precipitation will come to an end as the weak low level wave exits the region. 850 millibar weak low expected to form over the Ohio Valley, and a near remnant triple point as this occurs tonight. Stronger warm air advection will commence over central and eastern Pennsylvania. This, in combination with a plentiful mid-level dry air and sub-freezing surface temperatures, will make freezing drizzle likely, especially towards southeastern Pennsylvania. And because of this, they've opted to expand the winter weather advisory for the Lehigh Valley, the Poconos, and northwestern Jersey. Accumulation should only amount to a light glaze, but certainly cause travel difficulties. And we've already seen reports from accidents all over the place on the roadway systems in central and southern New Jersey. Lows this evening should remain fairly steady and then warm. Surges in aloft in the atmosphere, slowly starting to erode the cold air damming feature. By midday Sunday, anticipate the warm air to finally start to win out as the surface, and we'll see an end to the patchy freezing drizzle threat as highs warm into the mid and upper 30s with lingering precipitation exiting offshore. You can see this now on the latest HRR model guidance for late this evening. Now, again, precipitation exits. If you're traveling outside, dining because it's Valentine's weekend or whatever, you got to be careful. But, looks like improving conditions overnight as the precipitation exits. If we went into winter weather, well, again, snowfall, not looking handy dandy here. An inch, maybe nothing. And then here, nothing. Ice. Yeah. Ice, that's the problematic area here. And we've seen quite a lot of this. And this is what's showing up on the latest model guidance through Valentine's Day at 11 a.m. The totals here, again, along the coast, where all the frontage genetic forcing is here offshore, and the backwash here of the ice. So even if you live in northwestern New Jersey and these watches and warnings are here, it doesn't take much freezing precipitation to cause accidents on the roadways. And the total of accumulated freezing rain here, which takes us out through 11 a.m. on Valentine's morning, about the same kind of thing. So if you live here, it's just a little bit, 100th, a 200th of an inch. Get down towards Trenton, it gets a little bit deeper here. Get down to the shorelines here from Long Branch, Toms River, Vineland. They've been struggling this afternoon. There's been a lot of accidents. I think most people are headed indoors tonight here. You can see the live cams here. Looking across 280 and New Jersey 21 tonight. The traffic flowing very rapidly here. And on 80 and 202, same kind of situation here. Everyone's like speeding down the highway. Rocking down the highway. That was Doobie Brothers, right? Okay, at 544, speed restrictions on the New Jersey Turnpike in both directions between Delaware Memorial Bridge and Pennsville Township, north of interchange 8A. New Jersey 32 in South Brunswick, 45 miles an hour for salting operations. Again, the same thing here on the Jersey Turnpike here in South Jersey. Ben Franklin Bridge too. And again, these look like car accidents to me on New Jersey. Yeah, heavy traffic, New Jersey 17 southbound, south of New Jersey 4 Paramus to south of Passaic Street in Rochelle Township. Delays due to volume. Let's get into this. European model guidance handling this just right, along with the mesoscale guidance tonight, so that's good. But, and now it's backed off again from yesterday and the day before on tomorrow night and Monday morning, but it's not backing off on Tuesday. None of the model guidance is, and this looks juicy. If this were to occur, no one's going anywhere across northern New Jersey on Tuesday. If this pans out, and let's take a look at the ice accumulations here. It's incredible amount of ice here. 1/2 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Wow. And freezing rain accumulation during this time frame on Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. Look at this. Look at the totals here. Yeah. This is an ice storm coming up for Monday night and Tuesday. And let's get to surface and precipitation. Let's get to precipitation type. Let's start from the beginning. That goes out. We get that break. And then here comes Monday night and Tuesday. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh heavens. This is trouble. Another wave of low pressure moving along the Arctic front. It goes out. And let's just say that, we begin the day on Thursday, okay, in the morning. Maybe. Very early. And then everything just goes to crap. As you have snow to the north, ice and rain, central and south. By the time you get into Friday, Thursday night, Friday morning, it's gone bonkers. Warm air advection here. The low is here. Let's go back here. One low here, transferring its energy and isentropic lift, and then viola. You go through this again. So, winter weather. 6-hour snowfall. This makes sense. Okay, so we're not seeing a lot of snow here until we get into maybe northwestern New Jersey. You get a little bit here on Tuesday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning. But even that flanges off. And then, then that goes out. But by the time you get into Thursday and Friday, well, here comes the snow. North of 78 again, right along Interstate 80 and into 84, the Hudson River Valley, Connecticut, and that goes lifting north and east. But I think the ice here is absolutely amazing to me to be able to see this. So, again, ice storms are worse than winter storms in terms of snowfall because you can't travel on ice, and they'll be out there and they're running out of salt. The DOT is running out of salt, and we'll be live through all of this. For GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Happy Valentine's Day evening ahead of Valentine's Day, and just stay home and relax. And, well, it's Valentine's Day. You know what to do.